Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, the boxing world. This is Derek Poppy Rolon at Strictly Boxing. Welcome to the channel. It's my other attempt going live. Um, I got a topic this morning I want to talk about, man. I want to talk about number one pound for pound champion, Mr. Bud Crawford. Give you guys some time to come in. I would like to get enough people to check in and be participating in this discussion I want to have about Terrence Bud Crawford. Just give him a little bit more time. We've been having some good fights talked about. We've been having a lot of good fights in the boxing world. And since Bud Crawford right now is known to a lot of people as the pound for pound best right now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with Bud? So that's what we want to discuss today, man. What are we going to do with Bud Crawford? Because, you haven't fought since July, I think it was the 29th of last year, man. Coming up on almost, what are you going to do with his with the titles and who are you going to defend? I mean, he's free now. He's out of the contract with Spence. And he's out of his promotional contract. That's just a free agent. He can do whatever he want to do. But with that luxury, who he gonna fight? Who's there for him? A lot of people think Boots qualified, and some people think that Boots is that Bud is ducking Boots now. I've been trying to figure that out. They trying to say that he don't want to fight Boots. I don't think he has a choice pretty much. But according to the Crawford team, they don't think that the money that Bud is used to making, he could get from Boots. I think he can, though. I think a lot of people talking about, who else could he fight? Canelo's not going to fight him. Everything's expired. The Spence contract is expired, so he doesn't have to fight Spence. Some people believe that the only other fighter he can fight to make that kind of money is to fight Spence. So we don't know. What we gonna do, Bud? What's up with Bud? What's next for Bud Crawford? Is he gonna fight somebody that we can look forward to seeing? Is it worth us looking at him to fight anybody? Is Boots the only opponent for him? Like, who else can we get? Some people think Jamel Charlo is a good choice. Some people believe that the winner of Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman is a good choice. Some people think, they got a lot of different names, man. They want, that maybe he could fight. It's funny though. Notifications came around that Golden Boy Promotions reached out to him. Like, okay, now who is he going to fight with Golden Boy? Golden Boy don't have anybody on that level that's his weight. Maybe Jermaine Ortiz. That's about all that I think Golden Boy have that's in that division that will fight him. I don't know, but they say that Oscar De La Hoya reached out to Bud and said that to get in contact with me, let's talk. What are they going to talk about? Who he has to fight him? I don't know. Terrence Bud Crawford right now, he had an outstanding performance back in July of last year. He destroyed Earl Spence. He destroyed him. Maybe his best performance I've ever seen him. He looked extraordinary good. And now who's next? I've never seen a time with boxing any fighter ever got, any champion, let's talk about that. I've never seen any champion get to a situation where it's just nobody left for him to fight. I mean, it's always fighters that's good enough to come up and looking to fight the champion. Being the champion all the time, man. We're trying to fight the champion, man. We are trying to fight the champion. Everybody wants to fight the champ. Coming up, I want to fight him. Why? Because that's who I want to fight, man. So, I mean, my man Nas got a fighter, man. He got a welterweight that's pretty good. And we was working with him. Um, oh man, his name kind of speaks my mind right now, but he's a welterweight, and we were talking about getting him some fights and helping him out. I said, I help him out, help him out. Made some calls, see maybe get him a fight, and the guy said, man, they might can only use you as an opponent, man. I don't know who they gonna put you in there with. He said, man, I don't care if they put me in with Bud. I will beat his ass. Like, everybody wants to fight the champion. The champion, everybody want to fight him. But I'm not seeing a suitable opponent for Terrence Crawford. I think he's going to have to probably to get the kind of money he's accustomed to, or that, you don't want to go down from what you made your last time. I think his only choice to make that money, if it is about money, he's going to have to get that rematch with Spence. Spence going to have to prove himself, I think, though. He's going to have to come back, look good in a couple of fights. How long could Terrence wait? I mean, you can't really wait for Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu. You can't wait for the winner. That's like, end of the year fight. You already haven't fought in since July. So what we talking about, man? We talking about it's almost a year almost. But not interested in fighting Jamel Charlo. I mean, that would kind of help him with the because he said he was moving to 154, so that would probably help him with getting some more belts if it's about the belts. I don't know who he can fight, man. I just don't know who he can fight. I'm looking at different names right now, and I'm trying to figure out what is Bud Crawford going to do. Canelo Alvarez is not going to fight him. He's not interested in Tim Tszyu. I think that he's going to have to fight Jaron Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis. He's only going to have to fight him, even though they're saying the money ain't going to be the same as what he's been getting. Who else can Bud Crawford fight? Who else can he fight to say that the champion or the pound for pound champion of the world is fighting a worthy opponent? Please, man, reach out. Let me know, man. Who would you like to see him fight? I want to know, man. This is kind of like rare in the sport of boxing that the champion can't find somebody to fight. When can the champion give a title shot to somebody, man, a worthy opponent, somebody that's been working hard in the gym, and somebody that's been winning his fights and gotten to the rankings and now looking for a title shot? And a world champion, world-renowned fighter, gives the challenger a shot. That's what the sport of boxing is about to me. That's what it's about, man. We give each other shots, and then it be worthy, but we just sit around trying to pick from a litter, and nobody is good as who now. And like I said, you guys know how I feel. You know how I feel about everybody has a shot. I mean, everybody has a chance, Every fighter you put in there, if you put Charlo in there, if you put Spence back in there, if you put Ennis Boots in there, if you put even Jermaine Ortiz, I think everybody has a chance to win. I don't just say that it's just an impossible task that you can fight any of these guys and you not lose. But who's worthy of a shot? Who's ready for Terrence Crawford? Who would like to fight him? Tell me, the boxing world, who would you like to see fight him? Who would you like to see fight him? Who do you think would be a worthy opponent for Terrence Bud Crawford? In the welterweight division, in the junior, in the super welterweight division, and I don't know, he even considered going all the way up to 68. So you know what we're gonna do? We could put him in middleweight. We seems like Terrence Crawford could fight anybody. I don't know. Like Terrence Crawford said, y'all all line up, all the champions, the 154-pound champions, the 160-pound champions, 168-pound champions, line up for Bud Crawford. Because somebody, he got to fight somebody. You know, y'all all try to see who's the worthy opponent for Terrence Bud Crawford. Who could he fight? He's a free agent. So, and you know, I'm gonna tell you, the contract expired with Spence, but it wasn't all Spence's fault. You know, I mean, he had some injuries that probably contributed to making to making the fight last longer, that they get to have the fight. The only problem is that with this promotional team and now they going through different promoters and Showtime, and then like all these promotional things that happen, man, probably helped the fight not be able to be that rematch, you know. You know, and I know a lot of people, know where I stand in terms of the Bud. As far as the Spence thing, man, I think that the beating that he took, he shouldn't go back in and fight Bud anyway. Not his next fight, but that's just how I feel about that, you know. But come on, man, yo, I need you guys to let me know, man, who you think will be a worthy opponent for Bud Crawford. You know, he's getting a little older. He's getting towards the end of his career, and nobody's able to beat him. Nobody's able really to even give him a real solid fight. Is Jerron Boots Ennis the only worthy opponent? If so, then Terrence, you're going to have to break down and give the young man a shot. You're going to have to give Ennis Boots a shot, because you don't have anybody who's worthy enough on your level to say that they want to fight you. And that's sad in the sport of boxing. The welterweight division, man, please, man, the welterweight division used to have the top 5 guys in the welterweight. All of them was worthy opponents back in the day. All of them was eligible for being a championship big draw. Every fighter. You fighting Benitez, you fighting Duran, you fighting Hearns, you fighting Leonard, you fighting Hagler, you fighting. Every opponent was a big fight. Now, what's the difference between the fights back then and the fights right now? We need to check that out, the fight fans. We need to kind of like figure out what we gonna do with these fighters, man. Who gonna fight who? Who's a worthy opponent? Who should be the champion? There was times, man, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, them rankings, man, fought each other until they got the title shot. Number 1 and number 2, number 3, man, it was always somebody to fight. It's unheard of for me in the sport of boxing that Terrence Bud Crawford, welterweight champion of the world, I would still consider him the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, because ain't nobody take his idea from him. They took it and gave it to Ennis Boots and told him you got to fight him for the title. How unfair is that? How unfair is that when I'm in a contract and rematch fight that I can't fight because the promotional team's messed up, and so now all of a sudden you're going to take one of my titles, give them. Now who else am I? Then I got to fight him. I don't know how I will feel about that. Part of me say I'll just fight him and get my title back, and part of me say, you know what? I'm gonna fight him for. What do you think, though, America? I mean the boxing world. What do you think? Listen, do you think Ennis Boots can beat Bud Crawford? I would like to hear that. I would like to hear somebody dialogue on whether or not Ennis can beat Bud. I mean, do we just want to see him fight because Ennis is up and coming, or he's up on that level? He's not really up and coming no more, but he's like the champion now. They gave him the title, so should we say that that he deserved the fight? Or is he a worthy opponent? Did he earn that right? Okay, maybe we could see that. Maybe we could see that. I don't know. You guys let me know, man. I mean, I really would like to know how y'all feel about this, man. Tap into the chat lines, man. Voice your opinion on the topic that we're talking about. We're talking about Terrence Bud Crawford. Pound for pound, greatest fighter in the boxing today. Who can he fight? That's something to think, man. We got a fighter on that level that can't find an opponent. Says it doesn't sound too good in the sport of boxing, yo. It's not sound too good. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm looking forward to some other up and coming fights that we got coming up pretty soon that I'm happy about, though. This fight this weekend in New York, Pandora, I believe it is. Um, but the one I'm looking forward to is I'm glad they put the Devin Haney and Garcia fight in New York. Somebody told me they changed it back. I don't know. I hope it's still in New York, man. I keep hearing it's in New York. But I spoke to somebody last night, my man Ron. He told me that the fight was changed back because Garcia didn't want to come to New York or something. I don't know. I hope that's not the truth because I think it'll do good for New York, man, to have that fight there. Haney and Garcia. That's a big one right there, yo. That's a big one. And I respect the two for coming together, giving the fight, man. And these champions, man, these guys that say they're the greatest in the world, man, that's talk the talk, man. They got to be willing to walk the walk, you know. And a lot of people don't like Bill Haney because of his mouth, and he gets on your nerves and everything. But I mean, he taking the fights. I mean, I didn't think they would fight Garcia because I don't think it's an easy fight for Devin Haney. I think it's a 50-50 fight, y'all. As a matter of fact, man, depending on which Garcia we see, man, I don't think Haney can beat Garcia. But I mean, that's a close fight right there. And I want to see Bud Crawford, man, have a fight that's a 50-50 fight that's somebody on his level. And we thought that Spence was there, but he proved that Spence wasn't on his level. I know everybody said, well, he had this wrong with him, he had that wrong with him, and everything. I understand. I do. I really do. But that night in Las Vegas on July 29th, 2023, Spence wasn't on Crawford level. It was like the New York Giants playing in a high school football team or something like that. Well, maybe not that bad. Because I rewatched the fight several times, and Spence, he put up a little better fight than I thought when I first had saw it. I should have did that. I was out to Vegas with the the Shakur camp with his last fight, and I got to play a game of dominoes head up with Terrence Crawford, man, and he's just a competitive dude, man. Man, Ahmed went out there. Ahmed, they played pool. I see how Terrence wants to win in everything, man. He wants to win in the pool game, He beat me in dominoes, man, but I think it was a fluke, man. I'm gonna have to get my rematch one of these days. But he's a competitive guy that wants to fight, and I can't believe in my mind I'm not going to accept that he's not fighting in his boots. As like he ducking him or he's scared. I can't accept that because the attitude I see from him. If you're the best, he seems like that's what he wants. That's who he wants to fight. Like he seems to me the attitude that I see from Terrence Crawford is that if they think you can beat me, then I want to fight you. Now I don't know if what the legalities is about the money or the promoters or who could match it. I think that's more the problem than people saying Terrence is ducking him. I don't think Terrence Crawford got that in him. I just don't think he built like that. I see how he was acting, on the ping pong table, and how he was really like he got to win. And anybody whoever said they could beat him is who he want to play. And so that's why I can't accept that he's ducking Jerron Boots Ennis. I think Jerron Boots Ennis is a worthy opponent. I think he's good. I think he has a chance to win. I just don't think that Crawford is ducking him. So I don't know if anybody, tap in, come in and let me know if you know why they can't make that fight or why the fight is not being made. If the fight not being made because uh, I don't know, man. I just can't. I'm not going to say a champion like Terrence Bud Crawford is if he built like that to say like this guy might beat me and I don't want to fight him. I don't see him in that. I don't see him ever in that. Any fight that he's had or any conversations that I've seen him discussing, he doesn't seem like one of them dudes that's ducking nobody. So the whole world talking about, oh, Terrence ducking, I don't accept that. The fight can't be made for a whole lot of probably reasons. Reasons the fight can't be made probably whatever the promoters can't come to terms of who get what or where to draw it. Like it's a lot of reasons. So, but I think it still should be able to be done. Whatever needs to be done to work it out, they need to make it happen. And my words to Terrence will be Terrence, man. They keep thinking, no, fight him and let him know. Fight him and let him know. I gotta respect fighters that says, I'm gonna fight you, bro. Win, lose, or draw. Like if we can do it, if it's your night, we get another night, we rematch it. See, I get my they're gonna put a rematch in the contract. So, somebody saying they not fighting because they can't make the money that the Terrence Crawford is used to. Like once you make 15, 20 million, you don't want to go down and fighting for 5 million no more. Shit, 5 million is good. 5 million is good. Hey, listen. Let's get some fights going on, Mr. Crawford. Let somebody step up, man. Let me know who you think is a good opponent for Terrence Bud Crawford. Who can he fight? Who will we want to watch him fight? Who will we pay to watch him fight? This Derek Poppy roll on, man. That's Strictly Boxing, man. Listen, subscribe to my channel, man. Strictly Boxing. I need to hit the thumbnail, man. Hit the thumbnail and get the likes, man. Share the video, man. Listen, man, we coming on live, trying to talk about what's next, what's needed in the boxing world. That's where we really at. What's needed in the boxing world. And I'm a shout out, man, to Devin Haney, man. I know I haven't been good to him on some of my videos, man, but you know what? Bill and Devin, I'm going to shout out to you, man, because for you to take that nerve to say, you know what, we're going to fight Ryan Garcia, that right there says a whole lot. Maybe some of us was wrong about you because Ryan Garcia is not an easy opponent. And taking that fight means that you have to believe in yourself, man, and that's going to be a good fight for the fight fans to see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I think that's April 20th, I believe it is. April 20th. And I'm hoping that it's at the Barclays Center in New York City so that for sure I'll be there. If it's in Vegas, I still may be there. But if it's in the Barclays, for certain we'll be there. That'd be nice for the New York City, New Jersey area. To have that big fight come back on this side, all right, man. Listen, man. Please, man, comment on the videos, man. Let me know what you think. Who do you think is a worthy opponent for Bud Crawford, man? And if you think he ducking in his boots, tell me why, man. Tell me why you think he ducking in his boots. If you know a reason, if you're on the In His Boots team, if you connected and you understand there's some other reason why the fight is not being made, man, I'd like to know, man. Hit that on the make a comment, man. Let me know that you think that he don't want to fight him. I just didn't see it in him, man. I just don't see it in him. I know I'm repeating myself. I don't see a Terrence Crawford with that type of ducking attitude, man. You know, the guy is just so competitive, man. And I only spent a short, brief period with him, man. But I could see, the he talk a lot and he want to win in everything he do. He was trying to win in the pool table, winning everything, man. The pool table was used up. The ping pong was. He said, "Come on, man, sit down with me and play dominoes, man." He just want to win and compete. I don't think that somebody with that type of attitude, man, is ducking anybody. Wouldn't even be able to sleep if you not that kind of person and you ducking somebody. I mean, you get middle of the night to me, man, I gotta fight this guy, man. If it's the last thing I gotta do. That's what champions do. This is Derek Poppy Rollo signing out, man. Again, one more time, man. Like and share the video. Peace.